Okay, so in this section what we're going to do is have a look at how can we add some sound effects, audio or soundtracks to our footage down on the timeline. Well, for that what we need to do is go into media, and in media we need to click on audio, and in audio I'm just going to scroll back up here to show you all the options. Turn these arrows off. Now in audio we have a couple of different selections: sound effects, iLife sound effects, GarageBand and iTunes. For a lot of you, you may be familiar with iTunes because the whole new fad of iPods and music, well, the iPod is made by Apple, the iPod is controlled by iTunes, and the iTunes program basically allows you to manage, store your all of your music and your songs, and then to transfer them onto the iPod. But the iTunes is also a standalone program which allows you to listen to music on your computer. So in here is where I stored all my music. So what I'm going to do is click on iTunes, and I have already got a folder in here called copyright music. Just basically means this music we can use without worrying about copyright infringement. So I'm going to pick a few different lists here. What have we got? Jump Latin. I'm going to press play to listen to it. Try Piano Mix. I'm not too sure if I like that one. I'm going to try, let's go with Jump Latin. Okay, so if I want to add that song to the timeline, I can click, drag and drop anywhere in the timeline I want. Wait for the plus sign to appear and drop. It'll say importing and it goes onto the timeline. Now I'm going to delete it. Let's say I made a mistake and I didn't want this. What I can click on it, press the backspace bar, and it's gone. So the other way of adding sound or music to the timeline is by going up to a song and clicking on place at playhead. And when you click on place at playhead, it will actually bring it down to wherever the playhead is. An interesting thing to note is, notice you will not be able to add sound if you're in the picture mode or the story mode. You're only able to add sound when you see the two audio tracks, which is this one and this one at the bottom. You're only able to add audio or sound when you're in the timeline mode. So okay, I'm just going to zoom out now for a second so we can see. Look at this. Notice that the song is longer than the music. So if I go all the way down to the end, notice how the arrow changes to a line there. And if I click and drag, I can drag it all the way in and make the clip shorter. Now, let's have a listen. Press the spacebar, play.
Come.
Okay, notice there the way the music just stops instantly? Well, what I can do is I can actually get that music to fade down. And to fade down, I need to go into View and click on Show Clip and the volume levels. And here you notice that these two lines are turned up. Well, I can just click on the very end of this clip, and I got another way. I've decreased the line. I've actually made it slope. Well, I can actually move it back a bit, and now I should have a very slow fade down. Press the space bar.
Come.
Oh, okay. Now, notice two other things there. The background noise to the video track, which is the sound, the audio which is embedded in the video track, which is the guys talking and all the noises, is very loud. So what I can do is I can turn off View and turn off the show clip volume levels, so the two purple lines are gone. Click on the clip and I can actually reduce the whole quality of the clip by just bringing it down and clicking on the volume level. So now when we play it, you can barely hear the Atmos noise in the background and the music's taken over, which works quite well. Okay, so that's the ways of adjusting the volume on the video clip and the audio clip and putting a fade in. Now the other thing we can do is we can also add in sound effects. So let me just go up and close the arrow down of iTunes and open up iLife sound effects. And I'm going to pick on, I don't know, ambience. And in ambience a big list of names come up, and we got Thunder Roll. Click on play. Or for this one actually, traffic might be more appropriate because it is on the street. So let's see what the traffic sounds like. Perfect. I can click on the traffic one and drag it down onto the timeline. Notice it's importing. Okay, traffic is very long, so I can move it all the way to the very beginning and have it all over the track. Or let's just say I only wanted a part of the track. But remember we were able to split the clips? We can also split the audio. So let's say I want to split the audio around here. I only want the first half of it. I can either press Apple T or go into oh, sorry, wrong one. Go into edit and split the video clip at the audio head. And see there, it's split it, you won't be able to see, hang on. There you go, it's split into two. Or I can press Apple Z, which will undo my last move. Apple Z brings it back together. And I can do what I did earlier by going in and just dragging it all the way down to here. And we can now play the traffic noise and the music together. Works well. The only thing is the traffic noise is a bit loud, so click on the traffic noise clip, click on the volume and reduce it down to about 35%. Play it and let's have a listen. Perfect. Not too loud and not too quiet. So that's how you add sound effects, audio effects and soundtracks and increase the soundtrack volume and add fades to them on the timeline.